Hi, my name's Brandon, and I'm a street photographer from Kansas City, and I blog over at composeclick.com. It's mostly street photography related, but I also have an interest in documentary, travel photography, photojournalism, and I'm just a fan of photography in general. This video, I thought it would be a good idea to just share my photography story. My first exposure to photography, pardon the pun, was when I was a kid of about, I don't know, 5 years old or something. And I must have gotten this camera for my birthday or Christmas or something. And it was a Ninja Turtles film camera, and every single frame on the film, like in the right hand corner, I think there was there was like a logo of Leonardo, the Ninja Turtle. So yeah, that was my first camera, and I would use that camera all over the house. I would take pictures of like my dog and other pets, and just random stuff, random kid stuff. So that's definitely a fond memory of my first experience with photography. My interest in photography over the years kind of came and went. I loved doing photography like whenever I did, but I was like just a kid, so didn't take like a serious interest in it until later. But I do remember having like a Polaroid camera, one of those big fat ones that printed the photo right out there for you, and I thought that was amazing. I took a photography class in high school, probably because I thought it sounded fun and that it would be an easy credit. But I ended up really liking the teacher, and some of the other kids in the class were cool to hang out with. And I had a lot of fun doing the photography projects, the assignments that the teacher would give us. I remember having a lot of fun doing the actual photography and taking photos. Although I would find myself frustrated, like why does my photo look like crap or whatever. And so, it didn't, it was kind of later on in life where I, learned more about composition and lighting and all that. But the main thing that held me up in my film photography class was that I was terrible at developing the film, and I remember I don't know, breaking or ruining a couple rolls of film when I was trying to develop them. So that was really frustrating for me. So it was I was going out to take all these cool photos and then come back just to screw it up by messing up the film. But I have a lot of respect for film photographers these days, and just photographers in general who in the past who had to go through that whole process, and it's kind of like a meditative process, like going through taking the photos and then developing the film, dodging and burning, making whatever edits you're gonna make. I think starting with film really makes you appreciate the convenience that we have with digital today. The first time I really started taking photography seriously was in college, when a friend was doing a speech or a presentation, and asked me to help him get some photos for it. So I don't even remember if I had I think I had a point and shoot digital camera, but I might have been using the cell phone camera. I can't even remember. Probably a point and shoot, because back then cell phone cameras were like just before the images were really usable. But anyway, so like that sparked my interest in photography again, and yeah, I just started like reading like every single photography book I could get my hand on, yeah, so it was like basically I learned everything from like the basics of like how to use your camera and, you know, shutter speed and aperture and ISO and all that. But I also started looking into like how to take portraits, doing sports photography, weddings, photojournalism, and like I thought that I was gonna like go down that path, like even though I wasn't majoring in photography at the time. I majored in global and international studies, which is a useless degree. But anyway, yeah, so like I kind of, you know, pretty quickly realized that photography these days, and, you know, even back then, like 10 years ago or whatever, like it's just a very hard industry to break into. And particularly if you're looking for like a job, like you know, as like a photojournalist or something, like a lot of those jobs just don't exist anymore, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so like I kind of ended up deciding that I would like to treat photography for the most part like a hobby and a creative outlet, because like otherwise it might be, you know, ruined for me. I did go to college for a couple years to play the drum set, and by my second year of doing that, I was just like, I mean, for one, I wasn't that great at it, so it was like I just don't feel like I should pursue this anymore. But also, like, I just kind of got burnt out, and it just wasn't nearly as much fun as it was when I was just, you know, playing music for fun. So after college, I really wanted to go live abroad, and I didn't initially know where, but like over time, like I like things just started making me gravitate towards Brazil. So like I had a drum teacher that was like really into Brazil. He had learned Portuguese, spent a lot of time down there, and like taught me like bossa nova and samba beats on the drum set, and so that really sparked an interest. And then I met and became good friends. Some of my best friends in college were Brazilian, and yeah, started learning a little bit about the country and the culture, and learning Portuguese with them. And then lastly, like a big influence on me, like photography wise, was a street photography book that I got by Magnum photographer David Allen Harvey, in his book based on a true story. This book is amazing. And just had so many incredible photos in it that yeah, it was a big inspiration for me to go down to Brazil. And yeah, like I wanted to create kind of a project or a photo book like that while I was down there. And like I did take, you know, quite a bit of street photography down there, but just not as much as I would have liked to, because I was working basically as an English teacher which you know doesn't pay the bills all that well. So I was like doing that, plus working as a second shooter and an assistant for a couple wedding photographers down there. So yeah, I definitely like feel like I wish I would have been able to photograph down there more. But I'm thankful for the experience that I did get, and I'll continue to photograph down there, you know, throughout my life. I think I've met my fiance down there, so obviously I'm very grateful for that. But yeah, my photography, like down in Brazil, yeah, still a work in progress, and I plan on continuing that as a project in the future. So anyways, I think that does it for this one. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I think it's about time for me to go and dust off my bookshelves. But yeah, anyway, do the YouTube stuff, I guess. Like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.